everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. My name is Raymond, and in this video I'm taking a look at the e-Raptor insert for Machina Arcana. This is a beautifully illustrated insert. As you can see, it's fully printed and it came pre-assembled. e-Raptor is having a Kickstarter for their new inserts, and this is one of those, so check out the link in the description below, or also click the I in the corner of this video. That will also take you there. And e-Raptor have a really cool and unique system of snapping together their pieces, so you don't need glue to assemble this, which makes it very easy to build these. But like I said, this already came pre-assembled. Now, before I take a look at where everything fits inside the box and where the components go, I'd like to ask you all to please leave this video a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. If you have, you're an absolute legend. Okay, let's take a closer look at the insert. So here is my copy of Machina Arcana 3rd edition, and you can already see I went through a lot of trouble trying to get everything inside this box. I even made an unboxing and a reboxing video of the game so people could see where to put everything if you're not getting an insert. And it works, but it's a bit of a hassle. It takes time. So we have a manual, we have player aids, we also have, let's see here, the guidebook. Read this first. So I'll put those to the side because they will be on top of everything. So I'll just put that here for now. Then we have a couple of these trays which have all of these tokens. Now these are not bad because you can just put this on the table and have them ready, but you can't really see very well what they are, so you need to know. And then you have this tray which I filled, which is just a plain rectangular tray, which I filled with all these standees, you know, on their feet and then upside down as well, and it just works with a whole bunch of them. But just putting those all in and taking them out is a hassle. So then you have all of the map tiles, which are of course you know, gonna be on top as well, so I'll put those over here. There's a leaflet here for the To Eternity expansion, and another one here for, let's see, Recurrence and Geometry of the Void, which was also a couple of expansions. We have the player boards right here, or this is the chapter board, which you use during the game. You only need one of those. These are the player boards. So we have those in this tray here. There's 4 of those. I'll put these here as well. And then again, you know, sorting out all of these bigger monster standees here and here, just as they fit, really, just trying to fit them all in. These are the wooden tokens, and that's this tray. And then we did have a little bit of foam, which I kept in, and all of the cards. Now the cards, again, they're sorted out nicely. They do have their own spots, so it's not a bad insert, but you can't put this on the table very easily. You can also not really see what's there unless you know and remember where you put everything. So these inserts from e-Raptor have actual, you know, names on the side here, so you know what's where, and it makes it so much easier to find. So let's just put everything inside. We also have plenty of baggies of tokens, which is also not ideal in my opinion, and we have these bigger cards as well. So let's figure out where everything goes. Alright, so the first thing I did was try and figure out where everything goes, of course, and fortunately all of these trays, which is really well done, have text on them, so you can tell here Explorers from the core game, From Beyond, and To Eternity. So I simply took all of their cards, looked at them, which ones belong to which chapter, and put all of their respective standees in these trays. And you can see there is plenty of room to put them in. And on the other side you have the level 1, 2, and 3 monsters, which again I just checked the cards to see which was which, and I put them all in here. And you can just toss them in. There's plenty of room. It's fantastic. You can just toss them in like that. You don't have to, you know, meticulously Tetris them all in. No, just toss them in and you'll be fine. And the cards go in this tray, which is also really nicely printed. And it says on the side here, monsters, level 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these are the cards I was referring to. You just look at these cards. Hey, that's a Yig, and I tossed the Yig in here in the level 1 monster tray. So, and these are sleeved, again, with the Machina Arcana sleeves. And they all fit in really nicely, really easily. You can pick them out. You can put your fingers in between here and just take them out. And that's really well done. And here are the explorers. So here are the explorers for the core, from beyond, and to eternity. The bag simply goes in here. So I'll just grab the bag. I'll fold that in two and just put that in there. And that is that. So you have everything in this tray. And in this tray, that's the standees and their cards. Then I also took these 3 smaller trays which have lids. So this tray has the dice. It says so on the bottom. You can put the dice in here very easily, lots of space. So if you have the second dice set, if you decided to get that during the Kickstarter for Machina Arcana, you could have gotten a second dice set that will easily fit in here as well. And here is the lid, also nicely printed here with the character on it. And that just simply goes on top of that, and you click it shut. This just snaps in here. So that will be safely inside of that. And these trays, they stack as well. So this has, as you can tell here, maybe you can see it on the bottom still. I'll take some out here. So it says closed doors on the bottom. I hope you can see that. Closed doors, there it is. So you just put all of these closed door standees in here. Again, plenty of room. And this had on the bottom the destroyed doors and the entry and exit tokens. They are on the bottom. You can still see it. And there it is. The entry and exit token. There's 2 of those. So those go in there. And that also has a lid to close it off. So there you go. I need to align it. Well, no, actually, I can't stand them upright. So I do need to put them down like this. I hoped that I could actually just put them straight up, but that just doesn't work. So you do need to just toss them in, really, and then that will fit with the lid. Come on, don't work with me here. So there you go. And now you can put the lid on top. There you go. All right, and then this one had the destroyed and light tokens. So that's these square tokens with the light side and destroyed side on the other side. And again, it says so on the bottom here. You can still kind of make it out there. Destroyed and light tokens. I hope you can read that. There it is on the bottom. So you know what goes where just from looking at the tray. And this had the wound and count tokens, which is the smaller round ones with this and this icon on the sides. So then you can put that lid on as well. And again, beautifully illustrated. And these 3, they stack on top of each other with the smaller one with the dice on top. As you can see here, they have these notches for the feet to sit in. And you have a tray of all of that stuff here. So that goes next to that in the box. So let's check out where the cards go. So I've sorted out most of the cards already, as you've seen, and these are the card trays, of course, but there's also this tray, and I really, really like this one. It's a simple little tray, but it has this really nice inlaid double floor, and it is, of course, for all of those tokens and these wooden trackers that I used to keep in all of these, you know, loose little Ziploc bags stashed in that plastic insert, so I can get rid of all of those, which is great. And now you just take all of these tokens and they all go in here. And that's just excellent. They even have their icons so you know what goes where. And it's just so beautifully printed. So super simple. Let me just put everything in here. So there you go. Everything is in place and actually fits in really nicely. One of them was a bit tight, but I think that's more due to the inconsistency of the thickness of the tokens than the insert, because these are laser cut, so that's precision. and these wooden tokens come from a mass-produced factory probably, so there might be some inconsistency there. But yeah, this looks really cool. And then you get this really nice lid. Look at that with the logo on it. Super cool. And just click that on top like that, and it'll be closed. And you have all of these tokens in here safely. I really like that. That's certainly one of the centerpieces of this insert, I think. So let's put that to the side, and then let's take a look at the cards. So these are the card trays. Of course, there is a reddish one for the horror events and the explorer events. And there's a blue one for all the items, the apparel, artifacts, consumables, and weapons in level 1, 2, and 3 each. And that looks really nice. Has all this artwork on the sides as well. Here on this side, you can see this artwork. That looks really cool. And this tray also has some artwork printed on the sides, so that looks really neat. And I've sorted out all the cards over there, just took them from the original insert. They were already sorted. And then we have this bigger card tray for the chapter cards. It has an L shape and has these transparent dividers, which are thinner than the wood because you need a little bit of extra space. This is the width of the box, and to fit in 3 cards sleeved next to each other, they needed to make this a thinner material than the wood. And it is also printed with all the chapters with their logos on it, so that makes it easy to spot them. Geometry of the Void over there. And on the back, you got Recurrence, Horror in the Ice, Statue of Despair, and the Beast. Also really nicely printed, so that looks really cool. So I already put in a couple of chapters over there. So let's see, we got Parabiosis here. So that's this chapter here. Parabiosis says there. That's a number of cards. I have one spare sleeve here that I just keep just in case. And that goes in here, so you can simply just put them in, and there you go. Slides in really nicely, so that fits. And this is from also from the core game, Anastasis, which is a thicker package, one sleeved, and they go here in the middle, and they, oh, hang on, these are sliding out. There you go. So as you can see from the top here, because that is a bigger stack, the central divider has moved up a bit, and they grouped it with Statue of Despair on the back there because that is the thinnest deck, so that is well done. And then we got Geometry of the Void. It goes on the right over there. And we got Genesis, which fits in here. And that slides in super easy, and it has these holes on the sides, of course, so you can easily grab everything here and just take it out. So that's that. And then we have the smaller cards. Let me just move to this side here. So we've got, like it says here, the horror events for the core game, which is these cards. Oh, I left one. So you got these cards, and they just go in here on the side like that. There's plenty of room, as you can see, for the sleeved cards, so that sits in there really nicely. So I'm just going to put all of these in, and then we'll put everything inside the box. So that's all the cards sorted in as indicated on the tray. So let me put that to the side for now, and let's grab the box here. Here is the box. There you go. And now let's put everything inside. So let's start with this one because it's the biggest one. I'll put that over here in the back like that. Then I'll take the tray with all the monster standees right here like that, and I'll put that over here in the middle. Then I'll put these card trays on top of that. It doesn't really matter which one you put where.
One is wider than the other, as you can see. This one is slightly wider because of the longer cards. But you just put them next to each other on top of that bottom tray, and that'll sit there. And then this one goes in the bottom here, and that is flush with these, so it's equally tall. And the same goes for these 3 boxes here with all the components. So you can just stack those, and see, that's a nice stack like that. It won't move. And that just goes in here next to that. All right, also flush. So then we have this slot here, which is of course for this Machina Arcana box with all those wooden tokens and these other tokens. I'll just put that against the side there, and then we have these player boards, 4 of them, and I'll put that sideways in front of that. Push that back a bit so that is flush. All right, then finally we got the boards, of course, all the different maps. So those go on top of all of that, keeping that really nicely in place. With the final one, just put it on top, and that will leave you with the booklets, and those go on top of all that. That's really cool, and that is flush with the sides of the box, so you can take the lid and put all of that inside, and that will sit flush, and that's really cool. And it's well designed, as you can see. Goes all the way to the bottom to where the curve is, so that's really cool. And yeah, I looked at the old insert to see why it didn't fit everything that night. Well, it did, but it was really fiddly and hard. But it was because the bottom tray has all the cards in it, and they have different levels. So the smaller cards would have a bunch of empty space underneath them, and that was lost space. And this insert makes use of all the space in the box, so everything fits in really, really nicely. And so that was my review of the e-Raptor insert for Machina Arcana. Please check out their Kickstarter by clicking the link in the description below, or the I in the corner of this video. I'd also like to thank e-Raptor for sending this insert over for me to take a look at. Please leave this video a like, and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.